What's up? What's up? What's good? What's good? What's up? What's up? How was the weekend? The weekend was straight. It's a chill weekend. Got some bets in. There's a lot of unders this weekend as far as betting goes, which is kind of boring. Kind of sucks for props, but yeah, overall chill weekend. What's up? What's up, Motive? Love the hat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let's have a day today. Let's do it. Why not? Oh, I got you, Allie. I'll get you, Allie. Doesn't run RBI. Yeah, I don't know about that today. I think Tyler Anderson is going to pitch a little better than people think. Just links real quick. Ray said the hottest MLB player. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Isaac Paredes. Absolute good. Chad doesn't know about this. Yeah, for sure. For sure. YB or dirt? YB all day. YB or anybody? That's my question. And Eradicate. Oh, I did. Oh, yeah. Shout out Chase Breedlove for that one. Had that one. You ready to come up, Ollie? What's up?
How we doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
You know, we were talking favorite jerseys, so might as well wear the Best City Connect jersey. No?
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Top three, at least. I'll take top three.
Is it, though?
To me, it is, obviously. Extreme bias, but...
Yeah. I feel like as far as, like, meaning behind it goes, it's one of the better ones.
Yeah, and it's just... It's the fact that it's one of the few that have completely different than the normal colors, I think, is really cool. You think of the Red Sox, you don't think yellow. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Hey. What's up, gentlemen?
Yo.
Rich Hill. I mean, that game was ridiculous. That game was ridiculous. I've never seen more base runners left on base ever in the world. In the world.
I don't tell you. Yeah, I brought the mic closer. My bad. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You fade Rich Hill, you pay the consequences.
You fade Rich Hill, you pay the price.
They're 6-2 in Rich Hill Road starts.
Man. Yeah, no, I get it. Trust me, I've checked the data. I've checked the data. I understand. It's just it's mind-boggling to me the pitches he throws that they don't just get absolutely blasted out of the park. But it makes no fucking sense.
He knows what he's doing. He has a cutter now.
He better know what he's doing. He's like 80.
Hey man, he's a goddamn legend around these parts. So
Around your parts for sure, dude. He's
well,
definitely a
yeah.
legend
Think
up in
about it.
fucking Boston.
Hometown kid playing in the MLB for 15 years.
Is he from? Is he a boss? Is he a New England guy?
He's a Massachusetts guy. Yeah.
Dude,
Fresh
yeah,
out the shower.
Gotta have the crutches in the background.
I only had a shampoo for like way too long, so I finally got to wash my hair. I went out and got shampoo.
Nice, good for you, man. It's really the week's really looking up for you. I'm happy for you, Alex.
I'm hoping we start on a high note.
How about Zach Greinke? Did you hear what he did this weekend?
What happened with him?
Did you guys see that? No,
he pitched really well.
Well, I know he pitched really well when I had the over, which sucked.
Yeah,
but yeah, that was beat. But no, a fan, according to Facebook, I mean, who knows how reliable it is, but I guess a fan before the game like called him over, and he walked over in his Royals fit to sign the ball. Guy tossed him the ball. Zach Greinke, instead of signing it, just launches it towards home plate, and the guy was like, "Well, what the fuck?" And he goes, "I don't know," and just walks away.
It's the most Zach Greinke thing ever.
Zach Greinke and Joey Votto, I feel like would get along. I feel like they would get along great. Unbelievable. What a weird dude.
That is weird. Dude. He's usually pretty fan friendly too, so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, let me see if I can find the actual quote. We need our guy Delberto in here though. We need him to be a fully assembled unit. But yeah, no, he asked him why he did it, and his response was, "For my amusement," was what he said, and then he walked away. So unbelievable.
By the way, that guy's like 40, and he looks like he's 22.
Yeah,
he hasn't aged one bit.
He hasn't aged.
Not a speck. Not a speck. Josh Bell, man. Josh Bell is about to get traded for some good young talent. As a Nats fan, this is really the only thing I have to look forward to right now. Is what new tools, what new pieces, what new toys are we about to get? Because everyone's gone. Josh Bell is number one on the list, in my opinion, for value on our team. Because a lot of the guys we signed have stunk this year. A lot of guys we thought we were going to sign and trade at the deadline have stunk. Although Nelson Cruz is starting to get going. Cishek, whatever the heck his name is, the submariner. That dude's atrocious. I was like, why are we signing him? Well, we can trade him at the deadline. Well, nobody's going to want him. But Josh Bell, let me leave you guys with these stats. He's slashing 308, 390, 492 with an 882 OPS. Freddie Freeman's got a 305, 389, and 491 with an 880 OPS. So Josh Bell is actually outperforming Freddie Freeman. How about them apples? It's incredible.
I do think he's going to be at the top of the list of a lot of people's trade targets. I think he's a very, very good fit for the Red Sox. However, the fact that he's just a 3-month rental, probably going to be an underwhelming trade return, but still will. If there's competition, that'll help it, obviously.
Yeah. No, you're right. It definitely hurts that he's a free agent after this year. Maybe we'll just pay him. I really doubt it.
Yeah, right. Come on.
The new ownership coming in kind of screws the pooch on that. I don't really think we're going to pay or, trade any young pieces until we get the new owners. But we'll have to see. Like Lane Thomas, who's been absolutely raking. We came out and said this week that he's a piece of our rebuild, which I think is dope because we literally traded John Lester at 45 years old with his arm hanging down by a string for him. So great move by Mike Rizzo. I trust him. He's actually a good GM. We'll probably get released because he's expensive. But shout out John Lester. Red Sox. Legend.
Should have been a Red Sox for life, but here we are.
I know. What a guy. I mean, I grew up a Red Sox fan. I fucking loved John Lester. Absolutely.
John Lester he's probably top 5 for me for Red Sox players.
Okay. Damn, my guy Coastal can knock it over this hair, man. He wants a hair tutorial. This guy wants to be Ollie. Can you give him a quick 20-second rundown of what you got?
Yeah, I spend $33 on shampoo, $33 on conditioner, shampoo twice a week, condition twice a week, and comb every day. That's all there is to it.
What kind of shampoo are you buying for $33, brother?
It's called Living Proof. Highly recommend.
Wow, that must be some good shit.
Yeah. It is. I only started doing it once I grew my hair, and I used to have short hair, and definitely was head and shoulders getting for a while, but that just kills your hair long term. So if you grow it out, you got to take care of it. No free ads.
You paid him to ask the question. You vented him. I love it. And Trent, relax, bro. Trent is juiced up for the week. I don't
Trent
think he knows
came
what
in
to
the
do with himself.
spaces. When was that? Saturday morning?
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was so funny.
I hope he took Mullins runs an RBI.
He did.
I think he did. Yep. I think he
Love
did.
that.
October 30th, the dances are. I'll be there. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to the Red Sox Rays game next Monday, Javon. I'm excited.
It's really, really unfortunate for you. Pick to go see the Red Sox get shut down by Cy Young runner-up Jeffrey Springs.
It's a family trip. We're there for the experience.
It's going to be an unfortunate experience, but I hope you have fun.
I should.
Get some
Fenway
comment.
Food.
Yeah, what's the and then I'll segment over to what we want to talk about next. I want Delberto in here though. What is he doing? Is he writing a paper or something?
He said he's beat up.
Oh my gosh. He's disheveled and he was hitting us up last night. He's like, I'm drunk and I'm writing a report. I was like, what? I was like, how does that even work? Gosh, man. Kid's grinding. Full-time job, gotta get bets out, and he's doing his masters. Gotta respect it. How are the bets this weekend though, boys? You make any money? We come out alive? What's going on?
It was okay.
Okay.
Which is better than Wednesday through Friday was rough, or Tuesday through Friday was rough for me. Saturday and Sunday was okay. Golf was solid. Could have been a mega week if the Gala pulled through there at the end. But other than that, just solid. Nothing too crazy. I think it was kind of a balanced weekend, Saturday and Sunday anyway, in terms of dogs and favorites and overs and unders. It was pretty well balanced.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Saturday, was it, when there were 11 out of 15 unders or something?
I think that was Friday.
Yeah. That was when I really got killed on props. It's because none of the total bases hits and side saved me, which is really weird because that never happens. So
that's nice.
Pretty mid, but we're coming into a new week. Hopefully we see a little more runs than we saw that day. So here we go. Let's start it off.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I actually had a winning week. How about it? I wish I had a soundboard right now so I could make some cool noises, but I had a winning week. Went pulling up the statistics. Went 30, 25, and 2. Up 3 units. How about them? How about
that?
Twitter's been quiet this week, so I'm assuming that's why. Any prize picks that have been locked in already? Any units that have already been deployed that I need to know about?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You want to wait?
No, I mean, I can get into it now. I won't give the full in-depth thing because obviously people don't want to hear that twice, but I really love.
I just want the squares. The squares.
Yeah. Adolis Garcia runs an RBI. That's my thing.
Okay.
I mean, the guy's been scorching. Great spot for him. Great spot for the offense. Seager, who's going to hit in front of him, hits lefties really well. It's a good spot for him in the offense. He hits pitchers very similar to Bubic very well. Am I saying that they're going to go out and score 20 runs off of Bubic? Probably not.
No.
I think I know you don't. Don't. But yeah, overall, that's probably my favorite one. And then I don't know the other one. I don't know how you don't go with Crone over 1.5 total bases today. It's square, but not often do you get a guy who hits changeups as well as he does facing a pitcher who throws changeups as much as Tyler Anderson does. I don't think I've seen a hitter with a run value higher than CJ Cron's against changeups this year. And Tyler Anderson throws it 33% of the time, more than any other pitch. So I think it's a really good spot for him today. Another one where I think Tyler Anderson is going to go out there and pitch a lot better than a lot of people think. But if somebody's going to do the damage on the Rockies, it's going to be CJ Cron. So that's what I like.
Okay. Yes, the spills. If I didn't fade the AL East this year, I would be Elon Musk. That is correct. I would love to go back and see what my unit plus minus is if I just take out Yankees. I did break the Yankees for a couple days, though. That was pretty cool. And then I jinxed myself by tweeting about it mid-game when they were getting no-hit again, and then the Yankees came back and won. So, my words matter when it comes to the Yankees, apparently. Sorry, Ollie. I can only do so much, my man. But bit the bullet, bet the Yanks. They lost 2 games in a row. Best I could do. So did Tyler Anderson, did he have a good start in his last start? I'm looking up his stats. Looks like he got 4 runs off of him in Cincinnati. So, does that even count? Is that more like a 3-run start? Because it's a Great American Small Park.
One of those was also unearned. So, I mean, he didn't have a terrible start overall. It was just the second inning, I think, where he kind of blew up. But other than that, he was pretty solid throughout.
Okay.
Look at these comments. Dodgers over 11.5. Dodgers under 11.5 back-to-back.
Love it.
There's a couple of these totals on the board today. I know, Krabs, you were tweeting about it, about the Sharps getting in really, really early on the lines. There's 2 games where those got bumped down very, very quickly. And it's the Twins. Twins game went from 8.5 to 8 within 30 minutes of opening, and same thing for the Dodgers Rockies. It went down from 12 to 11.5 really, really early.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to hear a lot of overs in Colorado tonight. But we'll see. I mean, Tyler Anderson is 8-0.
This kind of makes me even more confident that Cam's saying this. The last time he said this, Tyler Anderson came out and threw 8 no-hit innings.
He never, ever bets anything positively with the Dodgers when they're in Coors.
Yeah, I know.
Ever.
Okay.
For some reason,
the Rockies own them kind of at home.
They kind of do. They won a series earlier this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
It's kind of weird.
Interesting.
I lean the under there.
I mean, so do I. But you had to be a sick fuck.
I'm not betting it.
Course.
Yeah, no shot. I'm actually going to bet it.
Yeah, I've been there before. I'll do it again. Fuck it.
You're sick.
Do you guys think that Freddie Freeman took it a little too far this weekend? Do you think he was being a little bit of a drama queen? Do you think his teammates on the Dodgers were maybe like, what is this guy doing? Does he wish he was still on that team? I know Kershaw came out and said something about it. Curious on your guys' take. I thought the whole thing was weird. I mean, I get it. The dude's emotional. He loved Atlanta. If he could have picked a team to stay on, he would have stayed there. I mean, that was very clear by how upset he was over the weekend. Do you think it was weird, Kershaw's comments coming out saying, we hope we're not second fiddle? You think that was like a little poke at Freddie? Maybe the chemistry hasn't been so great this season? What are you guys thinking about that? That's kind of where my head's at with it. My eyes are like, maybe these Dodgers leaders, these veterans who've been around the block are like, is this guy going to fucking daydream about being on Atlanta all day, or is he going to lock in and help us win another World Series?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same spot. I think it was a little overblown, but at the same time, it was also overblown from the media. So I was kind of playing into it a little bit. But I think a lot of the teammates, and I think Dave Roberts said the same thing, that this was kind of like the look-ahead spot for almost the entire season, him coming back to Atlanta. So this is like an emotional hump he had to get over. Yeah. So I don't know. I think from the comments from Kershaw and a couple other people, it seems like he hasn't been all completely bought in. So I think over the next couple weeks, maybe we see something different as they get on their run through the stretch of the season. I don't know what you think about it, Ollie.
It seems he was really, really attached to Atlanta so I can understand why. Was it a little much? Sure, but I'm not going to hold it against anybody because he got backstabbed pretty hard. He was out on vacation, and then he came back, and they traded for Matt Olson and said, "See you later." I mean, I know it's a business, but he was definitely fully expecting to re-sign and come back.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as the Dodgers chemistry and everything, that whole team is just so boring this year that from a personality standpoint, they have nobody really fun aside from some cool Trey Turner slides. I mean, Mookie Betts is 1A or 1B to boring superstars in the league next to Mike Trout, although Mike Trout's kind of coming out of his shell here lately. But that whole team is just so boring and has got no flair, and that's my main concern with that, because when teams get hot at the right time. You see personalities take over. You see energy. You see, all these emotions emphasized. And I don't know if we're going to see that from the Dodgers team. So if I'm a Dodgers fan, that's my main concern, is that he didn't like come in here and bring any energy or bring any, like I said, any energy, any uplifting type, anything. He didn't bring anything besides 4 home runs this year or whatever it's at. So,
yeah,
I mean, he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but that team is just boring.
Yeah, I'm with you. And my guy up here who left the comment, he 100% regrets leaving. I thought it was more of a him decision until Cam and his Spaces kind of corrected me the other day, saying no, it was actually, Freddie probably wanted to come back, and didn't even reach out to LA because he was like, the Braves are going to bring me back, whatever. And then they kind of were like, you know what, dude, we're not, kick rocks. So we ended up having to go to LA. So it was more on the Braves than him, and that was pretty clear, this weekend. So weird series. I mean, some of these guys on the Dodgers, some of these staples of the offense, they need to get going. Justin Turner's hitting 219. He's got 4 home runs this year. He stinks right now. Max Muncy's hitting 162 with 5 home runs this year. I mean, they're not running shit back if those guys are doing that. And I know they're fully capable of getting going, and they probably will as soon as I just said that. They'll probably have the best game of their life tonight, but sketch. They need some of their OGs, some of their veterans to get going because they don't have, Ollie, I'm with you. You probably don't want 9 Jazz Chisholms, playing at one
you
time.
Need 2,
That's not going to play, but you need 1 or 2.
You do.
And they really don't have any. Trey Turner's, cool slides at home can only do so much. I'm with you.
Right.
That dude knows how to fucking slide cool. That's for sure.
Dodgers are like the hype house.
Fits.
Oh man, they're coming for your neck.
Whatever. I'm immune at this point.
Ollie's about to just lead.
All I do is come on and give chat free fades, and they don't appreciate it.
He's better grab one of his fake girlfriend's crutches and smash the freaking camera or something.
All right, let's talk food before I gotta leave.
Okay, I'm pissed at Delberto, dude. Delberto, get your ass in here, bro. All right, typical ballpark consumption, not 10-10-10 challenge. What's your go-to? Start us off, Allie.
So I'm not sure if this is just a Fenway thing, but if you're not getting the sausage and peppers with a Sam's seasonal, you're missing out. That's definitely the go-to up at Fenway. Street vendors, sausage and peppers, either right outside the park or inside the park. Either way, that's no-brainer number 1.
Yeah.
I don't really think there's a close second.
Adams, you said?
Yeah. Sam's. It's usually Sam Summer. Just goes well with the sausage and peppers. But that sausage and peppers is the go-to, and I'm not really a peppers guy. Like I kind of go light on that, but
yeah,
it's just undefeated. If you've never been to Fenway, I don't think that that's at other ballparks, right?
Yes, 1,000%.
All right, I wasn't sure.
At least in DC,
yeah.
Everywhere's got brats,
Yeah, I mean, I think Fenway's my favorite park that I've been to. It's not like I've been to a billion parks, but so much of it is just so old and shitty that it makes it great. If that makes sense. We still have wooden seats behind the poles. We still have the foundation is crumbling at some parts. You can't even walk all the way around the stadium because you can't just walk around it because obviously the Green Monster is there and you can't walk around the Green Monster because they don't let you up there. So if you want to get from left field all the way to right field, you have to walk all the way around. It's just these simple things that you kind of take granted for at other parks. We find it as a luxury. So sausage and peppers is definitely number 1 for me, and I'm also a sucker for kettle corn.
Okay.
Get me some kettle corn for a snack.
I had the best lemonade of my life at Fenway Park. Now, granted, I was 12 years old and hadn't had an alcoholic beverage in my life at that point, but they had some freshly squeezed lemonade out at Yawkey Way. Is that one of the streets that's up there?
Used to be Yawkey Way. They renamed it to Jersey Street.
Okay, Jersey Street. I remember them like cranking the freaking lemons, putting a bazillion scoops of sugar in there and mixing it up. Absolutely smacked. I've been to Fenway like 5 times. I know you're biased as shit, but I'm going to say it. Fenway is probably the coolest park in MLB. I stamp that. I agree with you. Place is electric. There's somebody out there who logs on to StubHub during the playoffs and says, why is the seat so cheap? What the hell? I got to buy this. Buys it, gets to the game, sits down right behind a metal pole and has to watch the game, leaning around the corner trying to view.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely hysterical that they have seats there.
And that, that cheap playoff seat probably goes for like $220.
Do they still? Yeah, literally. I mean, there's no such thing as a cheap playoff seat. Give me a break. Do they still have the red seat out there?
Yeah.
Or is it the green seat? What is it?
It's the red seat. It's supposedly the furthest home run hit at Fenway Park, 504 feet.
Is that true?
Jeez.
I don't know. You go and sit up there, and you're like, there's no way someone hit a baseball this far. But none of us got to see Ted Williams actually play, so I don't know.
That's true.
He was a
Maybe
freak.
Just a dog.
And he had how many home runs before those bullpens were there? So all his home runs to right field weren't even bullpen shots. They were over the bullpen.
Jesus.
I mean, I think Ted Williams is the best hitter of all time. If not, he's top 3. So if there's one guy that could do it in Red Sox history, it was definitely Ted Williams.
I know, and I would love to. I mean, we'd never know, and it would never happen. But seeing, the OGs from back in the day play against the guys now, like the skill discrepancy, that's like the huge debate. Let's go, yo!
He heard us talking sausage and peppers and beers and had to come on.
Attaboy.
Yes. I actually don't eat red meat, so it's kind of
damn.
Yeesh. Alrighty.
Well,
sorry, I had to drop the bomb on you.
All right. Chicken tenders.
To each their own. I do fuck with chicken tenders. Ageless.
You kidding me?
I heard you guys talking food, and I had to jump in because I'm starving, and ballpark
dude.
foods.
We're talking favorite ballpark meal, favorite ballpark beer. Like, what's your go-to when you go over to a Padres game?
My go-to when I go to a Padres game is I will get the I think it's called the Turcado from Board and Brew, which is a sandwich place in San Diego. It's fire sandwiches. But I know like the go-to for people that do eat like everything, because I'm kind of weird how I don't eat red meat, but is the tri-tip nachos at Petco Park. The tri-tip, they call it the Cardiff crack because they think like people compare it to like crack. That's how good it is. But it's super bomb, like nachos with tri-tip on top. But my go-to beer is, I'm a big IPA guy, and there's a lot of IPAs on draft at Petco. A lot of local breweries, and my go-to is the Aurora Hoppy Alice. It's from a local brewery in San Diego, but it's fire, absolute fire. And I'll probably down like 6 of those, and then by the time I'm leaving, I'm feeling great.
So 6 of those counts as like 10 normal beers.
How much does one beer cost there?
The IPA on draft is like $15. So I spend a good $200 every time I go to the ballpark.
I mean, that's a solid. A Bud Light at Fenway is $15, so you're getting a deal there.
Yeah.
Same with DC,
no, it's pretty
dude.
chill.
It's fucking dumb.
And then if I'm feeling bold, I'll go up to the bar and get a whiskey ginger. A couple of those.
Love a good whiskey ginger. Underrated drink.
Yeah.
Double whiskey ginger, light on the ginger. That's my go-to.
Special.
Literally. Unless I'm drinking 10 Michelobs. But so like you guys have like Diamond Club type things, right? Like the seats behind home play where it's like all you can eat, all you can drink. Do they have those at Fenway and what is it, Petco Park?
Oh yeah. I mean, I've never done it. It's like $2,000, so
it's $2,000.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's at least $1,000. I think.
Okay.
Last time I looked, it was like
for what?
For the behind home plate seats with all you can eat and drink.
Like the all inclusive joints.
It's like $1,000.
Never even. I don't even know if that exists.
See, the Nats are so bad, and nobody goes to the games that you can buy the all inclusive tickets for like $120. They're just begging people to go.
That's just a decent seat at Fenway. $120. That'll get you like.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe you're like right field line. Probably.
Insane.
It's insane.
That's
Yeah.
insane. Javon, what do you got, bro?
I mean, so it's really different for me because A, the trop sucks, and then B, they change a lot of things. So like I try to go if they usually have like new and fun items that I like to try. But sausage and peppers is a staple, regardless of what ballpark I'm at. I love to get a nice sausage and peppers. As far as like the Rangers ballpark, like I'm not a guy who wants to go out and eat like fries for a meal, but they have this giant plate of garlic fries that is super, super good. Super, super good. I get that every time I go. And it's just so much to the point where like I can't eat much of anything else. So that's probably my favorite staple of a food that's like always there at the Rangers ballpark. As far as like anything else, I'm a sucker for a good little seventh inning stretch Dippin' Dots. I love it. It's just so cool.
Yes.
Dippin' Dots.
The Dippin' Dots.
So classic.
Yes. I got to get some. Hold on.
I prefer the soft serve in the helmet, but
That's a good option too.
I'm not gonna say no to some Dippin' Dots.
No, some Dippin' Dots are great, especially if they got some good flavors on tap. You know, get a little. I don't know. There's a lot of different ones they have. They have like the banana split ones that are pretty solid. They got the rainbow ones if you're really feeling it.
You got to get it in. You got to get it in the little mini helmet for the $5 extra. Have to.
For sure. Because now you just you want ice cream at home, just throw it in there.
Boom. Yeah. It's like you're at the park. It's like you're at the ballpark.
It's great.
Love it.
I'm not gonna lie.
At
Wrigley, I got one of those.
Yeah.
At Wrigley, but I forgot to keep the helmet because I was.
That's
hammered.
tough.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
I will say the Rockies AA team is kind of near me. I know it doesn't make any sense that Colorado's affiliate is in Hartford or is in Connecticut, but the Hartford Yard Goats, and they have crazy food items there. They have like glazed donut, chicken, bacon sandwiches, and crap. So I haven't been out there, but I've heard very good things about the food menu out there. Minor league stadiums, low key, have really interesting food menus.
That's funny you say that because the Colorado Rockies single A is in Boise, where I'm living right now, Idaho.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
It's so
Rockies
dumb that
single.
they're just, like, all over the
Rockies. It's so chill though, dude. It's like I forgot what day of the week it is, but it's dollar beer night, so it just gets so rowdy, so rowdy.
$1 beer night, dude. You kidding me?
Yeah, unreal.
I don't care what skill level baseball you're watching. You're telling me you get a ball game with $1 beers? You'd have to drag me out of that place on a stretcher. That's incredible.
What baseball stadium has fried Oreos? Because I need to go there.
Ooh. Yeah. There's got to be one. I think the Dippin' Dots is the goated answer. I felt like a buffoon when I went to Nats Park a couple weeks ago, and me and my buddies went up to get some Dippin' Dots, and everyone else in line is like 12 years and under. And just us walking up. But you got to do what you got to do out here, man. You got to get some summer Dippin' Dots. You kidding me? No shame. No shame. You can get some. Nats Park is interesting. It's like a lot of local famous like restaurants and stuff have their own, Nats Park sections or whatever, food items. Like you can literally get like Krabs at Nats Park. Wouldn't recommend it. That's
They used to have like a mini Outback at the Trop. That was super awesome. They did away with that once they did away with pretty much anything in that stadium. But when they had that in there, they had a little bloomin' onion. They had like the tiny steaks, the little sirloins. They had everything. It was fire. I'm so mad they got
$80 for a fucking little steak.
If we talk seafood, Fenway during the summer months, anyways, have lobster rolls.
Ooh.
I'm not personally a big lobster roll guy, but they are very popular.
Yeah, I'm not a big lobster guy either, but those things probably smack.
What's your take on ballparks doing like Fenway now has like Dorito and Cheeto crusted type like chicken tenders and I can't remember the other items off the top of my head, but they debuted that this year. I'm so far out on that. I don't when I go to the ballpark, I just want the basics. I don't think we need to get fancy with Cheeto wrapped or Cheeto crusted chicken tenders or whatever it was.
I couldn't tell you I've ever had that, but it sounds bold and different.
I like the ballparks getting new stuff in there. Obviously, I'm biased.
Come on
the
now.
The Trop does it, so like I don't have a choice. But I like going around, especially like if I'm going to a ballpark that I'm probably not going to be at again. Like I want to try the cool item. Like the Rangers, they have the what is it? The 2-foot long hot dog. Yeah, we went to the World Series 2 years ago, and the Rays were in it. Me and a bunch of my friends, and we just got a couple of them. It was great. I like the cool, different items like that.
Did you guys like share them? Were you sharing dogs?
Each end meet in the middle, like Lady in the Tramp.
No, we got like they give it in like a container that like you hold it like a briefcase.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's like there's handles on it. So like we just told them to give us a couple of them, and we just split it up, cut it open, so it was less awkward.
Unbelievable. Someone said the B-Dubs Doritos wings are terrible. Yes, they're disgusting. I've had those before. Yeah, we need a stadium in Las Vegas. That's a fact. If I had to pick something to get at Nats Park, I'd probably go with, besides just a good old-fashioned hot dog or 10, probably like Ben's Chili Bowl, like a famous local place around. Ben's Chili Bowl is like a famous place in D.C. And then I'm, of course, going to go with Michelob Ultra. Shout out the Ultra Loft in center field. I could drink 10, 15 of those puppies and probably still run a half marathon after because it's water. It doesn't even count. You're hydrated.
That sounds real rowdy.
You're hydrated in the summer heat. You get a little buzz on. We have the Ultra Loft in center field, which is where like all the younger people hang out at the games, where you pay like $10 for a standing room only ticket and go chill out there. You don't have a seat. It's literally like a bar, and they've got it on tap. Shit smacks. Do you guys have
the one go-to? I got to drop though.
Yeah.
Really?
That's you go.
Well, someone was mentioning how Wrigley has a sports book, and I was disappointed to find out that it's not finished yet. It's okay.
That's on me.
It looks like it's gonna be sick. So
yeah,
because I think you're gonna be able to walk out to it from right field, like right on the first baseline.
Mm-hmm.
But it's technically like disconnected. So if you're in the stadium, you can go in and bet. But then if you're not, there's like a downstairs where you can walk in, and it'll be like a normal sports book. But the one thing at Petco, if you go before the game starts, Cutwater. You guys ever have Cutwaters?
Yeah, we have those at Nats Park. Those are huge.
Those are so normally after the game starts, they're like $8 or $9 each, but before the game, they're $5 each. So we'll just go before and buy like 6 and just put them underneath our seat, and then you get absolutely demolished off Cutwaters. It's dangerous, real dangerous.
Attaboy. Just staying hydrated out here. It's the summer. It's hot. You're just looking out for yourself. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Love it. Did you guys talk jerseys yet? Your favorite City Connect or just favorite jerseys in general? I feel like we're all just going to say our fucking own teams, alternate jerseys.
Well, let's I got to leave in a couple of minutes. So
okay.
How about we do it not your own team?
Word.
Your favorite non-favorite team jersey.
My favorite my team, and this is also a City Connect jersey, is the Chicago White Sox South Side jerseys. I don't know if you can see these or not. I'm going to pull it up real quick. But these puppies right here. Oh
yeah. Oh, the All Blacks, yeah.
Tim Anderson would look swaggy in anything, but I think those are extremely clean. I don't know how they lose in those. They find ways because they're the White Sox. But I'd probably say those are my favorite.
So my favorite City Connect one that isn't the Red Sox is probably the Astros. I think those are sick. Space City ones, or I think they say, I think those are really, really sick. Honorable mention to the Marlins because those are fresh as well.
Yeah.
And non-City Connect, I don't even think it's close. My favorite is the purple rendition of the Diamondbacks. Either one, either the solid purple or the pinstriped with purple sleeves. Just you think of Randy Johnson back then, and those are absolute flames. I love those.
Those ones are sick with the purple sleeves and the white ones with the pinstripes and purple sleeves. Those are, when I think of Randy Johnson exploding that bird, throwing 105 miles an hour, that's what I think of.
Even the A is pretty sick because it's got like that weird teal purple mix on it too. I love those.
My favorite City Connect jersey is actually one that I saw yesterday for the first time. I think it was yesterday. The Brew Crew. Did you guys see those jerseys they were wearing?
Yeah.
I thought those were so fresh. I don't know, the color and like the
The
font that
baby
they
blue
use.
joints.
Yeah, the baby blue with the font that they have on the front. I don't know. I think those were
So
by
fresh.
far the freshest. But I mean, some of the City Connect jerseys honestly are super ugly in my opinion.
Agreed.
Super ugly in my opinion. There was a leak of what the Padres City Connect jerseys are going to be because they haven't worn them yet, and it's almost like they think we live in Miami or something. Like the colors they use in our City Connect makes zero sense. Like when they come out, there's no way I'm gonna buy one of those. They're the ugliest pieces of shit I've ever seen.
That's
Damn.
unfortunate.
Well, it's like
Brutal.
they literally should be the Marlins City Connect jerseys when you guys see them.
That sucks.
They think we live in Miami.
I love these yellow jerseys the Red Sox have. I love them so much.
Those are fresh, but some of them are ugly.
Remember
yeah, like
that?
I hate the Giants ones actually. That might be my least favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which ones do you guys not like? You don't like the
All
Giants,
right.
the whites with the shifting colors or whatever?
Yeah, that one just absolutely nothing to me. That's the sleeve's okay, but other than that, I think it's so boring. And Krabs, you're gonna hate me, but I don't like the Nationals one either. If we're doing
Seriously?
cherry blossom, which I'm for, where's the pink? Show me
Dude.
more pink. I want like
Well, have you
Mother's
seen-
Day pink.
Mother's Day pink.
Have you seen look up the Wizards City Connect jerseys? Those are pink. You want to see cherry blossom pink? There you go.
You know
or at
what?
least
You know
make
what?
the
You know what ones
hats.
make no sense at all? The Dodgers. It's like they didn't do anything.
Oh,
different.
those are
I'm
actually
looking
the
at it right
worst.
now.
Terrible.
The Los Dodgers, which I like while they're doing it, but they're
what is
just
the
the
point?
Dodgers uniforms.
Yeah,
They're just the
they're
Dodgers
all-
uniforms.
Boring.
They just put
them and the Cubs
Los-
are so boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Yeah, the
Makes
Cubs
no
are the
sense.
same ones. They're just like blue and they say Wrigleyville on them, which the Wrigleyville part's cool, but like the jerseys themselves are not that cool.
Yeah. If
I'm
the
with you guys.
Nationals had jerseys that looked like the Wizards, I'd be so much happier.
Yeah,
think
I
that'd
don't
be
know.
sick.
I like the little amount of pink. I mean, there's like an actual cherry blossom like under the
Yeah.
WSH,
Yeah.
but
I like it.
I don't
I'm
know.
a big fan of like the gray look as far as uniforms go.
I think they're
especially when it's,
fresh.
Yeah, and it's like that super dark gray. I love that. I think
like-
honestly, my favorite. I know a lot of people hate it. Some people love it. I love the Rockies.
I love them too.
Ooh,
I
I think
love
it
them.
Really?
So do I. So do
I
I.
love it. I just think it fits so well with like the Rockies, and like when you watch them play in a game in Coors, it just seems like it fits. Seems like
I
it
love
fits.
those ones too.
One of the ones
Wait,
that
so-
other
I like
people
them.
also hate that I think is pretty good. It's not my favorite, but I think the Royals look pretty nice.
I think
like
those
those a
ones
lot.
stink.
I like those ones a lot. I think they
I
look
like them
nice.
too.
I need
The
to look those
KC, they're very simple.
Yeah, I mean, I like the
Simple,
logo
yeah,
too, which I
effective.
think is a reason why a lot of people hate it.
The
I'll be honest.
Angels one, Angels are pretty mid.
Mid.
Oh, I like them. I
They're
like 'em.
okay.
They're simple. I mean,
They're
I
in
think
that
we can all
second tier for
agree
me.
the Red Sox ones, and I love why they made the jerseys, right, for the Boston stuff. But I do not care for the look of those. The
I
yellow.
love it.
You like it?
Oh yeah, love it.
I mean, you're wearing a yellow shirt right now. Are you a yellow guy? Oh my God, you're wearing the shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's wearing it.
yeah.
Of course. Okay.
I had to for this rendition. Yeah, I love them, dude.
Love it.
They at first I was a little skeptical of them, but they grew on me really, really quick.
Okay.
I'll be right back. One sec.
All right, brother. Let's see if we can get him out of here. Word. Yeah, my man's is literally wearing the City Connect jersey as I trash
Yeah.
it. Nice. Can't
Plus,
make it up.
whenever they wear them, they don't lose.
Damn. Okay. The Nats also rake
It's blank, by the way. It's
in
blank.
theirs. But
The only
What's blank?
options they had were listen to these
the
options.
jersey.
Yeah, they had Xander for a 2, Verdugo for 99, and Kike Hernandez were the only player options.
Weird.
Ouch.
No Xander. No Xander love.
I just had the fear that he wouldn't be here forever, so I just got a blank one so I can wear it no matter what.
which I also just don't understand. Like, how do you not pay that dude? I think he's so fucking underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough offseason, I think.
I mean,
it has the
JD's
potential
gone.
to be a rough offseason.
JD's gone, right? Like, he has to be. Like, they're about to move him when they were slumping.
I wouldn't be so sure. We don't have to talk Red Sox offseason right now because there's one kid in chat that absolutely hates when I talk Red Sox, but we can save that for end of the year.
Okay.
Speaking of yellow, this is one of my favorite jerseys of all time, and I'm not an A's fan, but look at this. So sick.
Is that Ricky Henderson?
No, Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers. You would have a Raleigh Fingers jersey, bro. What the?
Dude, isn't that sick, though?
That is awesome.
dope.
I think it's like 1970 something. But you know my other favorite jersey of all time, but it's not baseball. Is the
just got 100
Miami
jerseys.
Those are
Miami
good.
Heat. Wade.
Yeah.
Oh, so fresh. I almost pulled out the Johnny Manziel jersey too, but I didn't want to do that to you guys.
Miami, the Heat, they kill it with their jerseys, man. Even their normal jerseys are fire. But like the ones they had this year, where like every letter was from like different jersey, I thought those were sick. Like they've been killing it.
All right, before I leave real quick, I think my favorite prop on the board for Prize Picks, is going to be this Pirates Nationals over 1.5 hits in the first inning today. I think that's the first inning hits one for the day.
Okay.
It's Eric Fed versus some random guy on the Pirates. He's not random. He's pitched before. I don't know much about him, but
Yasher.
Yeah, the Nats top of the order. I mean, this guy's got an 11.32 ERA in 10 innings this year. So I'm not really going to overthink this. It kind of reminds me of the Brewers win yesterday. Does it seem too good to be true? Maybe, but I'm okay with getting burned by it because I think both teams come out hitting pretty early. Fetty's just, unless he's pitching against the Marlins, he just doesn't have it.
Wait,
we know who's pitching for the Pirates.
Yeah.
Miguel Yasher. And Miguel Yasher actually pitched against the Nats back in April. And in 3 innings, gave up 3 earned runs and a home run.
Well, I don't care about the runs. I've got no financial stake in that game besides that square.
Right.
That Prize Pick square.
You just need the hits.
Just give me 2 hits in the first. And Josh Bell should, as long as Josh Bell's hitting third, there's 1 hit right there. And on the other side, as long as we have Brian Hayes, Brian Reynolds at the top of the order, I'm confident that one of those two can get a hit off Eric Fed.
Fetty Wap. Fetty Wap is very underrated, in my opinion. But can he give up a few hits? Yes.
I mean, like I said, he absolutely just, if he's against the Marlins, I'm betting the Nationals every time. But other than that, nothing special.
He owns the
a few good starts here and there. Yeah, he does own the Marlins. He's their daddy.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, Ollie. I will respect your time.
Thank you.
You have work to do.
And yeah, I do have work to do. And real quick, Willie Beeman asked if the Red Sox are winning today. I would not bet the Blue Jays today, but I'm not betting the Red Sox.
So dramatic.
Well, Connor Siebold's pitching.
Why don't you just say yes or no?
Because I don't have because when I'm not confident in a lean, I don't like giving one out. So I'm not confident in either side. But what I can say is, because we don't know how this Red Sox lineup is going to be without Jarren Duran, because he's been so good for the past week or two. He's not on the trip. There's no Tanner Houck to close out the bullpen, so that sketches me out. And then on the flip side, Connor Siebold's pitching against Kevin Gausman, so on paper the Jays should win by 17, but the Red Sox have won 7 in a row, so everybody's gonna. I think the Jays are. I don't know how to. I don't really have a read on this game, so I don't really feel comfortable giving a lean out today. I think the Red Sox can win.
Quick 5-second rundown.
The way their offense has been playing.
What about Siebold?
Quick 5-second rundown of who this kid is and what's good with him.
So they got him in the Nick Pivetta trade. Again, one of the best trades the Red Sox have had in a very long time. If you didn't know, it was Heath Hembury and Brandon Workman for Nick Pivetta, Connor Siebold, and one other minor league pitcher. Nick Pivetta, been pretty damn good since they've gotten him. And Connor Siebold was another piece. He was soaring up the prospect rankings last year. Hasn't looked good when he's had made time in the majors yet, so he hasn't really pieced together. He's got really good stuff. He's got really good career numbers in the minors last year. He's looked a little sketchy this year. So I don't really know what to expect of him. But at the same time, Cutter Crawford looked awful all year. And then he came up and pitched out like 7 shutout against the Mariners. So this Red Sox pitching staff has been better than expected pretty much from top to bottom all year, which is why I kind of just want to let Connor Siebold get one through before I start putting money on him.
Yeah, on this win streak, their starting ERA is like around a 2 or some shit.
Their starters have been, and that's without Evaldi. Evaldi's been out. That's by lead dog Josh Winkowski, who's been a stud. Rich Hill, been a stud. Nick Pivetta, pitching as an all-star caliber. So something is clicking with that pitching staff and that pitching coach this year. So I think this is a good stay-away spot just in general with a couple other better plays on the boards. That is where my mind is at for this. Because I don't know who's going to lead off today. I assume it's going to be like Rob Refsnyder, who's a dog. He's been balling, but he can't hit righties, so it's weird. A lot of weird stuff in the game. End of the day, I wouldn't bet it, and I'm not betting it. So,
okay, that's fair. Yeah, Trent was saying that him and his buddy were facing this dude growing up, so I don't know if I want to back a guy like that. To be honest, but yeah. Kevin Gausman's been weird. A
little sketchy.
Yeah, the line is extremely sketchy. I think maybe it's not as sketchy because of how hot the Red Sox have been, but it's definitely weird that it's that close with the random McGee against Gausman. It's definitely sketch.
It is, but you look at the standings now; they're tied for second place. So,
yep.
Red Sox are 18-4 in June.
Yep.
Good luck if you bet against them, especially at plus 160. It's hard not. Are they still plus 160?
They are, yeah, somewhere around there. They are plus 157.
I mean, it's hard. On average, it's so hard not to take that because they had Winkowski versus Bieber the other day, and they took that one. So,
yeah,
it's tough. It's a tough spot. Good luck to anybody that bets on it because I don't have a read on this game.
Yeah, and if you don't have a read on this game, I think I'll probably just sit it out, to be honest. Sketch.
All right.
Sketch.
All right, I'll be tuning in the rest of the way. I'm going to go eat lunch and get back to work. See you, boys.
Peace, brother. Thanks for coming. Bro. Now you guys are just stuck with Delberto. Who we can only see. Now. We can barely see the top of your brain here, top of your head.
Yeah, I'm slouching because I'm just not feeling too great. But I'll straighten up.
You're good, brother. You're good. You want to leave the team with any plays? I know you got to go do some work as well. Anything catching your eye this morning? I know you've been recovering, just taking breaths. Just happy to be here. Any plays?
Well, there's one play I do like that I tweeted out earlier that a lot of people hate just because it's the A's, but I'm not taking A's full game money line. But one thing that I do like is the first 5 plus half a run. So that if they're tied going through 5, then it's a win, which is good. And I think this is a good look with Blackburn on the mound. He's really good on the road. And one thing we've seen with the Yankees is they actually haven't been hitting well at all over the last week or so. All the games they've won, they've pretty much won in the late innings in the last week. And I think that the A's can keep it close within the first half of the game. A little bit more worried when the Yankees can get to the A's bullpen because, as we know, the A's bullpen isn't great. But I think that plus half a run going into the sixth inning is a good look. Both of these teams are bottom in the league over the last week in terms of on-base percentage. So I think if there's a good play for this game, I think the under is honestly a good look because of the fact of how these teams are not hitting well. It's at 8.5, which kind of scares me why it might be so high. But I think another play in this game that might be a good look as well is that a lot of people don't want to put the minus 300 down on the Yankees, but they think the Yankees are going to destroy the A's. So I think a lot of people are going to be taking the Yankees team total over 5 or 5.5, whatever it's at. And I honestly think fading that is a good look today because of the way that they've been playing. And with Blackburn on the mound. So, or maybe first half team total under. So
they're, I don't know what, I could probably look it up, but their full game team total is 5.5, like you said, although the under's juiced at minus 135 for under 5.5, which is interesting. The first 5 team total, I don't know what it is. But also, Are we concerned about Blackburn's recent outings / most recent outing where he got absolutely touched up by the Mariners? He's been a little shaky recently. No.
Well, no, I'm not worried because of the fact that I think he has a weird thing with pitching at home. I don't think he likes pitching at home because if you look, like, he's played the Red Sox twice this year, and he pitched really well against them in Fenway, but then got raked at home. And then, like, it's if you look at his splits, it's just weird. Like, I think he just hates pitching in Oakland. It looks like so. But no, I think this is a good look. Not just because of that split, but because of the way that the Yankees offense has looked. They haven't been too explosive, so.
Yeah, Aaron Judge has been saving them every fucking night.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I was actually looking into, which I don't like betting on this before the lineups drop, but the Yankees have played like 14 straight games, and they still have another week to go, I think, before they have a day off. They have a crazy streak. And I think this might be one of those days that they might put in, like, they might let some of their main guys rest, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because they still have a few more games ahead of them. I mean, I don't like putting that into like the forecast because we have no idea who's going to play, but this might be one of those Mondays where they put out a B squad for some of those positions. So
I will say Gleyber Torres is probably not going to be in the lineup today, and I never wish ill will on any players, even Yankees, injury-wise. Play-wise, yes, but not injury-wise. He twisted his ankle pretty darn bad yesterday, so I'm assuming he'll be out, and maybe Aaron Boone's brain will work enough where he's like, you know what, I probably should give these guys a rest and make sure nobody else gets hurt today. When Gleyber went down, he's been one of their best hitters this season.
Mm-hmm.
He has the biggest hard hit rate increase from last year to this year. I thought that was very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, I love Oakland plus 1.5. I love taking road teams plus 1.5 because, you know, even if the Yankees are up 1, it's one less at bat they get at the end there, which is huge, especially with how potent that lineup is. Blackburn on the road, coming off a bounce-back start. Love it. Love the spot. Love the spot.
I think it's a good look. And also, like, if you're – I mean, I lean the under in this game because of just how bad these offenses are as of late. I mean, the Yankees have a good offense, obviously, but as of late –
Can I get a recording of you saying that?
No, I've actually only bet against the Yankees like once or twice this entire year. So like everyone's like, why are you always fading the Yankees? I'm like, dude, look at my bets. I probably had one bet against them all year, maybe two, and I'm pretty sure they both hit. So, I think you can also get A's plus 2.5, which if you lean the under, plus 2.5 on the A's is a really good bet because you can get A's plus 2.5 for like minus 125.
Yep.
Yeah, so I saw that earlier. I saw that. There's actually, it's like the Pirates situation. They have conflicting line movement. So the 2.5 is now, I think it went from like minus 120-ish to now like minus 145, 50.
Oh.
And now the plus 1.5 has gone from like plus 105 to about plus 125.
Oh.
So
this might be a 2-run game, gentlemen.
It very possibly could. I mean, it's the same thing we saw at the Pirates, like the Pirates-Dodgers series, though, and the Pirates just won outright.
Oh, so maybe we say cut the shit.
Yeah. Who knows at this point?
Okay. I mean, you know I'll be on them in some way, shape, or form today. I apologize to everyone else trying to fade the Yankees today. But I can't. I can't resist. I can't. Okay. I love that look, Alberto.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the only play that I've really dug super deep into so far, just because this morning's been slow. But one other play that I do like is you guys were kind of talking about this earlier with Tyler Anderson. So as we know, he's 8-0 on the year. He's looked pretty decent. With him being a younger pitcher and this being his first start in Coors, I think this could be a good spot to fade him because obviously pitchers, the ball is affected differently in Coors. Not fully fading him on taking the Rockies to win, but I think with the total set so high, taking the Rockies team total, I think it was at 4.5. I don't think that's a horrible look, to be honest. Just because, as we know, the Rockies are better, much better against lefties. They're top 5 in the league in pretty much every offensive stat versus lefties. And then obviously they hit much better at home. I think taking their team total might be a good look, but those are the first two that that really have stuck out to me today. So that's what I got
on that, because he has made I think 3 starts in Coors
Oh, he has.
in the last 3 years, and he's been pretty good in all of them.
Wait, I missed that. I'm
Like,
dumb.
I think he's threw 2 runs, 5 innings, 2 runs last year, 5 shutout innings, 2020, granted COVID year. And then I remember seeing one before that because I was looking pretty deep into him because I thought he was going to pitch pretty well.
Wait, I'm dumb. I don't know where I got that information from. about him. I don't know why I said he was young. This is his first start. Maybe I was looking at a different pitcher.
That's okay.
But I do still think it's a good spot with him being a lefty and him being so good this year. I don't know. I still like it just because he's a lefty and it's in Coors. As we know, the Rockies hit much better there, and even on the road, like people are talking about how their offense is bad away, which they have been earlier this year, but their offenses looked pretty decent the last few days, even on the road. So I don't know. I still think it's a good look, but thanks for correcting me. But I
just
sound
wanted
like
to make sure because I was
sound like an
thinking
idiot
about kind of backing the guy as far as props and unders. I want to make sure I wasn't looking at the wrong guy.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
My bad.
I'm down to fade. You're good, brother. I'm down to fade Tyler Anderson every game the rest of the season. I mean, if he keeps this up, He has the greatest season he's ever had by far in his entire life. What is he going to go, 20 and out? You shitting me?
That's what you said about Musgrove, and then he got raked.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I made money on that. That was lit. But also, last night's it was Gonsolin. He's still undefeated, correct? Isn't he like 10-0 now? What a freak.
Like that.
Well, you didn't get the decision yesterday.
Okay, but he didn't get a loss.
He's 9-0.
He's 9-0. So they've got 2 pitchers who are undefeated. Okay.
I mean, he only gave 1 earned run yesterday.
I can't believe my over almost hit. I fell asleep. I was so tired yesterday afternoon. Fell asleep, woke up. I was like, what year is it? Checked my phone, saw that they were going in extras. I was like, holy smokes. Shit almost hit. Literally, what year is it? Nothing like a Sunday nap. Take the edge off, you know? What do you think about the Jesse Winker fight? There's got to be some beef going back. There's got to be.
It was electric.
It was
absolutely
awesome.
Electric.
I mean, Rendon getting a left hook with a fucking cast on his other hand, too. Talk about electric.
It was more like a slap, but yes.
I saw a tweet. I'm not taking credit for it, but somebody said that was the best contact Rendon's had all season. Because the guy hasn't done shit. But goodness gracious, that was an awesome fight. I feel like it was never ending. I was about to grab a snack when I was about 2 minutes in. That was awesome. Baseball needs more of that. And I don't want anyone to get hurt. And I know some people are, anti-violence. I'm not saying I'm pro-violence. Give me a break. But baseball needs stuff like that to, bring some excitement to a boring game that people think generally is boring. I mean, we love it because it's our sport. But a lot of people can't sit through 9 innings of baseball. And I'm not saying it should be like hockey where these guys are fighting every game. Give me a break. But baseball needs more rivalries. Baseball needs more fight, competition, competitiveness. Because in a sport where there's, a bunch of teams and 162 games, and these guys are playing every day, one game really doesn't mean shit in the long run. You need stuff like that to make baseball stand out. Where's your guys' head at with that? I mean, Jesse Winker's a dog, and then he walks over to the other dugout and just flicks off all the fans.
Yeah, that was great. I enjoyed it, honestly, and I feel like things like that are that could be like a turning point in a season, even though it seems so minuscule on like the whole terms of the entire season. Like that, those type of things are what brings together clubhouses, in my opinion. When like things like that happen, where there's a brawl and I don't know, like little instances like that can be a turning point, and I think that all the other players like might have more respect for him after the fact, even though it was kind of stupid in the moment. I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot. Did you guys see the thing about the person that sent him a pizza?
No.
There's some thread on Twitter of some chick sent him, like, ordered a pizza to be delivered, and then in the notes said bring it to the away team clubhouse or something, and it actually ended up getting to the clubhouse, and Jesse Winker actually ate the pizza, and he DM'd the chick on Twitter and said thank you for the pizza.
Hilarious.
What a weird turn of events.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
hilarious, dude.
It was pretty.
That's
funny.
awesome. I mean, Delberto, I think you made a great point, dude. 2 teams who have been struggling, 2 teams who have been underperforming, 2 teams who probably have some built-up anger, some built-up testosterone. These guys are fucking pissed off. They're not happy with their play. And it's their fault, right? They're the ones playing. But
Yeah,
that could be a turning point. I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't even know who won that fight. I feel like there was like 7 fights going on at once. We probably have to go back and watch it and grade it. But we learned a couple things. Number 1, Jesse Winker's a dog. Number 2, keep our eyes peeled on both of these teams over the next week, especially the Angels, in my opinion, because they won the game. And also, Jesse Winker charged them and they all fucking hopped out and started beating the fuck out of each other. Keep your eyes on the Angels the next week because this could be the jumpstart they need. And number 3, Raciel Iglesias is a freak. Those are the couple things that I've learned. I mean, what was that guy doing? Having a hissy fit afterwards? Was he was mad they were holding him back or something?
I'm still confused what even happened because I didn't see it live and I was so confused.
Here's what we know.
Why he was mad.
Here's what we know, and this is why I'm saying there's got to be more background. So the Mariners have been getting hit all series, right? Both teams, I think, have been hitting each other back and forth, and a bunch of balls brushing right by people's faces, people's heads, which is bad. I don't think that's on purpose, to be honest with you. Definitely not trying to hit people in the head on purpose. That's not something that anyone does. I don't care how angry you are. You don't fucking do that. We've heard all year that these baseballs stink and pitchers have been bitching about it, and that's why there's been more hit by pitches, but whatever. That's not the point of this. Jesse Winker, got hit on the last day of the series, and he was like, enough is enough. I mean, Jesse Winker's had a fucking terrible season too, so I'm assuming he's pretty juiced up at this point and pretty angry. And he was pretty pissed, pretty adamant after he got hit, and I'm assuming whether it was Raciel Iglesias or somebody from the Angels dugout yelled at him saying, like, get the fuck to first base. And Jesse Winker didn't like that very much.
Yeah, that's what started.
And pulled an Amir Garrett and just, I mean, it takes some stones. It takes some stones to just sprint towards the other team, an entire team. Respect, Jesse Winker. Because you're going to get the shit kicked out of you. You know it. But that's the kind of spark the Mariners need. And the Angels held their ground too, so we'll see what happens. But there's got to be, maybe it was Raciel Iglesias who yelled at him. I don't know. And if you guys know more than me, please step in. But there's got to be some sort of background because why did that dude have a hissy fit like that and make it about him? That was super weird. Throwing gum. Exactly. He threw a bucket of gum on the field, and then his teammates had to pick it up like idiots. That was embarrassing.
This might be a negative thing for the Angels. I feel like everyone just hates this guy now.
Yeah, no, that was weird.
Like he made it about him when it was not even nearly related to him.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking maybe it was about him. Maybe there is some beef with them. I don't know. We don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping something comes out about it.
They threw at Trout too. I think that's what initiated the hit at Winker. So I mean, I don't know what Raciel Iglesias had to do with it.
I don't even think he was one of the guys that was hitting people.
Yeah. So has he even pitched recently?
From the replays I saw after the game, he was not on the mound. So I don't know. Iglesias and Winker were teammates before, we're hearing. Okay. Interesting. I mean, these guys are people too. Maybe some of there's teammates all the time on teams that don't fuck with each other. These guys are, they're a team, they're a family, whatever you want to call it. But like, these guys are still competing with each other for pay. These guys are still competing with each other for playtime. Not everyone likes each other on the teams, especially big personalities. So maybe they didn't fuck with each other beforehand. I don't know. I'm not up here to, start new conspiracies. I just want to talk about what's going on that we know a little bit of stuff about.
Well, I just looked and he didn't pitch at all during the series.
Yeah, he didn't pitch at all. So he's just being a freak. Maybe they don't fuck with each other from being on the team. Yeah. I don't know. I know they held him back too, so he wasn't in the fight because you could see him being held back the entire time. I mean, if I was the Angels, you got to get him in there. That dude's huge. You need him on your team. You need him on your fight club. But yeah, that was awesome. I think it's good for baseball. Nobody got hurt. Everything's okay. We need more shit like that.
So then that means a lot of people were saying take the Orioles today. That means we should take the Mariners. I feel like even if they're going to have half their team suspended, they wouldn't be suspended today because half the time they appeal anyway.
Yeah, nobody's going to miss time today. It usually takes a couple weeks. Everyone appeals it immediately. It's like the dumbest thing.
It depends on how long it is, though. Because if it's if they're dished out like 4 or 5 games, they play the they put the Orioles and the A's before the Padres and Blue Jays. So
maybe strategically they will.
It's pretty long.
Or they do it the opposite. We're like, well, we know we might be able to beat these guys, but we probably won't beat the Blue Jays. So let's just take one to the chin.
Fair. If you look at it that way too.
No, I don't know.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I feel like they would prefer to wait a little bit so they could schedule it and not rush it. But I don't know. That's a lot of good points. Maybe they're like, fuck it. We need these guys so we can rack up some wins against the Orioles. Although I wouldn't want to play the Orioles right now, to be honest with you.
They're on fire, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I fucking love the Orioles. Best last place team ever. They're dope.
Their offense is clicking.
Yeah.
Dude, they got some cool young good hitters, man. I hope they don't trade Trey Mancini. I love Trey Mancini. He should retire in Baltimore. It's not like they're winning the World Series. Let him retire in Baltimore. Let him finish out his career here. The dude's been through a lot of shit. He's the heart and soul of that team. And on a team that's very young, you need a guy like him in the lineup. Don't trade him, please, Baltimore. I want to talk about Aaron Judge.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You want to talk about it?
It's a shock.
I want to talk about Aaron Judge. I know. Aaron Judge, not only is he, single-handedly winning games for the Yankees right now as the rest of the lineup is kind of slumping, he's the best player in baseball right now. Barring him getting an injury, he's winning MVP. He's a shoo-in. He's absolutely dominant. Dude's about to get absolutely paid, for better or for worse with his injury history, but he's about to get the bag. Very curious to see where he ends up. But I don't want to talk about his play. I want to talk about the arbitration situation because it's not good. I know you guys know what arbitration is. Anyone in here who might not, pretty much when a young player bitches about how he's not getting paid enough on his rookie deal, they go to court and they agree upon a new salary price. So this just happened with the Nationals and Juan Soto, where the dude was making, chump change compared to the rest of the league. They go to arbitration. He ended up making $17 million a year instead of a couple mil, whatever it was, which still, he's worth way more than that. He's worth, probably triple that. But that's the number they settle on. It's arbitration. He's still on his rookie deal, whatever. It's better than nothing. But how arbitration goes, you go from Aaron Judge has been, the baby of that team, the pride and joy of that team. They take care of him. They treat him like a king, as they should. You go from that treatment to going into a courtroom and the Yankees coming in and roasting you for, hours saying this is why we should not be paying you more. And it's a legal debate. And then they vote on it, whatever. Not a lot of people leave an arbitration meeting extremely happy with their organization. We've seen this in the past. I'm not saying, this eliminates the Yankees from re-signing him. I don't think it helps. Although I do think, gun to my head, where's Aaron Judge going to be next year? The Yankees, okay?
Yeah.
But he had an interesting interview before the game where they were asking him, Aaron, congrats on, signing the arbitration deal and going through all that stuff. Does this make you more confident in signing a long-term deal with the Yankees next year? And you know what he said? He said, no. First word he said, no. And then he went on to say, I'm just happy that I got to play tonight and help this team win going forward. Dude was pissed. As he probably should be. I mean, imagine you fucking work your ass off at work and then you go in, you ask for more money, you go into court, and then your work tells you, 7 reasons why they're not going to pay you more. And they beat you down a little bit. That's what happens in arbitration. So he got, a little bit more money, but at what cost? I think he was a little pissed. And he's still not getting paid what he's worth because it's arbitration. So weird situation. Let's keep our eyes on it. Like I said, nobody leaves an arbitration hearing, happy with their organization. That doesn't happen. Will he probably still re-sign with the Yankees? Will the Yankees be the Yankees and hand him a blank check at the end of the year if he stays healthy? Yes, probably, because I don't think Yankee fandom would survive him playing on another team. But I will say he did not seem ecstatic to play for the New York Yankees the night after the arbitration meeting. I'm going to leave it at that. definitely something to keep our eyes on. I do want to talk about bets for a couple minutes today because we've been talking about, a lot of cool segments. This show isn't all about bets, guys. I mean, Trent Stream, we come on and sell all of our plays. That's more just plays. We like to just talk about other stuff here too. That's what it's about. A little bit of everything.
So you mentioned this Judge thing. Did you see the interview after the game when he hit the walk-off?
No.
I forgot what the question was, and this isn't like exactly how he said it, but he was like, he pretty much said, well, when you're the best player on the team, what do you expect type thing? Like that's not exactly what he said, but he said something like to those lines about, which I mean, like he is the best player on the team, obviously, but like no one really blatantly ever says that. So I feel like that's just another sign that he knows he's the best player and he's like, well, I better get freaking paid, that type of thing. So,
I mean, yeah, anyone can tell you that right now. The dude is on another level. Yeah. He's on another level. I mean, the amount of walk-offs this dude's had in the past like 2 weeks, he's had at least 3 from my memory. 2 of them, I didn't have money on fading the Yankees last night, actually, surprisingly. Good for me. But, I mean, it's like the guy goes up there and we know what's going to happen. He's that good right now. He's that locked in. It reminds me of Anthony Rendon in 2019 when he literally couldn't get out at the end of the season and carried us to the playoffs and World Series. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of Jose Ramirez right now. He goes up to the plate. You know he's not striking out. You know he's hitting the ball hard, putting it in play. Rafael Devers, same shit. Players get locked in. They're locked in. Aaron Judge gets up to the plate, with the chance to walk off and win a game. He's fucking doing it right now. He's fucking doing it. He's that good.
He's very
Hopefully he can stay healthy. And hopefully LeMahieu's okay. Or not LeMahieu. Gleyber Torres, because he looks like he snapped his ankle yesterday.
Yeah. When
he got picked off. Javon, any input, any takes on the Aaron Judge situation?
I mean, I just like you, I don't see him leaving New York. I don't think their ownership and them as an organization would be able to save themselves from the fans if that happened. But I mean, he's clearly the best player in the league right now. So I mean, he's gonna get paid eventually. The Yankees have blank checkbooks, but I mean, it's probably going to come at the expense of some other players, which I think is fine. But yeah, I don't see him going anywhere, unfortunately. So they'll resolve it eventually. It just sucks that they got to go through the mud a little bit at this point, which it's a business. That's how 100%. It goes, but it'll get solved.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I do think about. Oh, sorry. One thing that I do think about though is that he is I would say top 2, top 3 players in baseball right now, because there's other guys that bring values in different ways based on pitching and other things. But like Shohei. But I feel like he wouldn't be as big of a superstar if he was on any other team, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's
because Juan Soto, this year it's different with the Nats not being great, but even when the Nats are balling, I feel like Soto never got really the hype as Aaron Judge is getting right now. At least it seems that way from being on the West Coast. I don't know, because there's hitters that are putting up similar numbers to Judge and they don't get talked about even nearly as much.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm so worried about Juan Soto leaving DC and going to play in New York? It's like
he'll become 10 times a superstar. 10 times.
Yeah, and these guys know that. And DC is not a small market team. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you're right, Alberto. If Juan Soto wants to go down as one of the greatest players of all time, it's going to matter what team he's on. I mean, look at Mike Trout. The one argument for why is Mike Trout not the best player of all time is, well, he's on a shit team and he never takes them to the playoffs and they never win playoff games.
Yeah.
So that stuff matters. It does.
Definitely.
It absolutely does. Okay, guys, go over to thegameday.com. Check out their website. See what promos, sportsbook promos, boosts they got going on. Give at the Game Day a follow on social media. They've got some great content on there. They have my guy Alejandro Kirk as the best catcher in baseball right now. So that's how you know they're legit. Kirk is absolutely raking. He's absolutely raking this year.
He is.
He's actually the best catcher in baseball right now. Yeah. Somebody tell me differently. He actually is.
Offensive catcher. Yes.
By far, yes. Sure. He's not great at defense. I mean, can you blame him though? What do you expect from him? Look at him.
No. Well, you know who the best defensive catcher is in baseball every year?
Molina.
Oh yeah, I guess Molina. So I wasn't thinking about him. I was thinking about Austin Hedges on the Guardians.
Is his fielding percentage or something, or his defensive numbers? Are they insane?
Defensive runs saved and stuff like that. His defensive
reason he's on a roster.
Yeah, he wouldn't be in MLB if he wasn't good defensively.
Yeah, you can't hit. It's honestly, that's how you know how good people are at defense, because when you get these catchers who can't hit the side of a barn and you ask yourself, you see him strike out on 3 pitches, you ask yourself, why the hell is he in the lineup? Defense. I mean, back in the day, my dad used to tell me, like, shortstop and catcher, these guys would hit under 200 constantly. It didn't fucking matter. It didn't matter. Nobody cared. Like, there was a shortstop on the Orioles. I forget his name. My dad's going to be pissed, but he hit like 180 for his career, and he was a fan favorite. It was the shortstop before Cal. Obviously, I know Cal Ripken is, but it was the guy before him. Back in the day, shortstop and catcher offense didn't fucking matter. Now you're getting some freaks who can do both. And teams are also willing to sacrifice defense for offense at this point. We've all noticed that this year with how many fucking errors there have been. But, yeah, offense didn't even matter at that position back in the day. It's crazy how stuff always changes, man. Yeah. It's always changing. Always changing. I wish some more stuff about baseball would change. That's combo for another time. We've got about 2 or 3 minutes. What's your guys' take on this Royals game? I heard the Sharps are all over them. Bubik. It's Bubik Day.
I don't know if I can get myself to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I
don't think I can.
Oh, I was saying the other day, now that this is the only sport to bet on, this is where the books start to rake, because any given day, anything happens. It's fucking baseball. We've seen it all year. It's been more square than usual, but we still see random ass. We saw the fucking Pirates sweep the Dodgers. I mean, that's a perfect example right there.
I mean, you know what I think, though? I think it's a strange line for sure, but I think recency bias has a little bit in it because, I can't take Bubich at plus 115. Because, I mean, he's pitched really well since he came back from injury, but he's made 4 starts. 2 of them were Giants and Astros, who can't hit lefties. One of them was the Angels, who can't hit anything. And then one of them was the Orioles, who can hit lefties, and he got touched up and he sent out he went 4 and change.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now.
I think he's been good, absolutely, but against a team who hits a little better against lefties like the Rangers, especially I think this is the game where Corey Seager gets going because he hits really well against lefties. I think this is a game where Adolis Garcia, I love his props, so obviously I like him. And Semien might start getting more consistent in the series. So I like the spot for the Rangers. I don't know if I'm going to lay it just because it's a really strange line, but you can't get me to take the Royals here.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, it scares me too because what you mentioned with the Rangers being good against lefties, they have the best isolated power in the league against left-handed pitchers. So I could expect a lot of extra base hits out of the Rangers tonight, which if they do, I don't think there's any way that the Rangers or the Royals keep up in terms of runs scored.
Yeah, the line doesn't make fucking sense. I'm betting the line, not the teams. I'm betting Bubik. Give me the trophy.
Get it.
Trent,
I don't think I'm going to touch it, but I'm just.
Yeah, I'm not touching the side of this line, but.
I mean, if Bubik pitched 2 perfect games back to back, this line still wouldn't make sense. I don't care how well he's been looking recently, or how fake those numbers might be because of how bad the teams he's been pitching against. It's still sketch. I mean, Martin Perez is debatably the all-star starter this year, and this is the Royals. This is weird.
Going down a little bit.
This is weird. Weird line. You don't think he's going to start?
No.
Well, not after tonight. After he gets roasted by the Royals,
he can go out. and throw a perfect game, but he still shouldn't be the starter.
Well, I think he goes out there and gets absolutely touched up tonight.
Yeah, so it's going to be Shane, right?
Yeah, it should be Shane.
No questions asked.
No bias involved. It 100% should be Shane.
No bias at all. 0.
I think 0. Yeah, if I was an Astros fan rooting for Verlander, it still should be Shane.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of stats, it should be Shane.
Oh, man. I agree. He's hit his over strikeout prop 9 out of 12 starts this year.
Yeah, he's a freak.
He's a dog. He's a dog. We should look to take his unders going forward, though. No, I'll leave you guys with that.
Absolutely not.
Okay, I'm out. I'm leaving.
Alberto, I appreciate you coming on, my man. We do have to shut it down, pass it over to Trent. I know he's chomping at the bit to get back in the stream seat. Trent, let's get it, my man. Let's have a fucking day. Delberto, thanks for coming on as always. I hope you guys liked OG Monday, having the boys come on here and shoot the shit. Even with Delberto a little hungover, he still showed heart and hopped on. So got to respect it. Got to respect it. Javon, as always, my man, a pleasure.
Always.
We'll be seeing, boys. We'll be seeing.
Later, boys.
Let's have a day. Let's start the week off right, chat. Let's get some winners tonight. Let's get some winners. And let's go Bubich.